Hey guys, Bryson here, and welcome to the Tommy Bryson Show. And today, we're gonna be reacting to something that's actually pretty unique. Imagine you and your sister, or you and your brother, or you and your friend live together, and both of you combined make $180,000. How would you spend that money? Well, today, these two sisters live in Brooklyn and they make $180K, and I want to see exactly how they go ahead and spend that money. By the way, in Brooklyn, in New York, it is very easy to waste all this money. Like, there's apartments that cost like $20K a month, okay? Is that insane? However, I want to see how these sisters go ahead and manage their money and what they spend their money on, okay? I'm guessing they're frugal, they work together, and they also keep things separate. But let's see exactly what's going on here, okay, guys? If you guys are new here, I post videos every single day. You guys know this. On top of that, also destroying the like button. On top of that, also subscribe, hit the bell to get notified. That way, you know exactly when I posted a video every day. Now, let's get right into this video and see exactly how these sisters go ahead and spend all of their money.
I'm 28 years old. I'm a product development manager at
Product developer manager. Wow. So awesome. So far, 28 years old, pretty young, guys, pretty young.
a cosmetics company, and I make $115,000 a year.
All right, so right off the bat, they make 180 together. She makes 115. So her sister makes around like $65,000. So obviously, she makes the bulk of their money, okay? And by the way, guys, strongly recommend whenever getting a degree, make sure whatever degree you get, make sure it's in demand and make sure it makes sense. 115K is a lot of money no matter where you are.
I am 23 years old.
Oh, she's like only 23. That's awesome. 28, 23, she's really young.
I work in political consulting and I make $65,000 a year.
Political consultant? Is that a real thing? Like, do you consult politicians? What do you do here? I want to learn more about this job, man. There are so many jobs out there that pay so much money. Is she wearing a key as her necklace? No, I think it's like a lady. I'm not sure what that is, but it's nice.
A year.
We live in Bushwick in Brooklyn, and our apartment's about 1,000 square feet.
And
All right, guys, you guys ready for this? 1,000 square feet. Let's hear about this rent. All right, let's hear it.
We're sisters. Our parents are from Senegal. We lived in Harlem before we moved to Brooklyn about 2 years ago. Prior to, our parents really wanted us to stay at home until we got married.
I think
Yeah, I know African parents, a lot of African parents actually. I have a friend, I can't say his name obviously for privacy reasons, but his mom is not really that big on, hey, moving out. Especially like the girls, they're not a big fan of that stuff, like moving out if you're not married. Maybe they did it because basically they're sisters and they're moving in together, but it's like a big thing, guys, like a big cultural thing. So yeah, I get it.
it helped that we moved in together.
Exactly what I said, you know what? That's why they were so confident. Like, hey, it's just gonna be them, no guys and so on, because it's a big thing in those cultures.
I pay $1,700 a month.
And I pay $1,000 and it's proportionate to how much we make. And
I love that, okay? People think that basically, by the way, this makes sense. You know why? Because basically, if I make 200K and you make 50K, how the heck are we supposed to basically split things evenly? It doesn't make sense, right? It's supposed to be proportional to how much you actually make. And by the way, $2,700 in rent, a lot of money, okay? And basically, well, that's a lot of money, man. No matter how you cut it, it is a lot of money. It's a lot of money, man.
in terms of utilities, we split it pretty much halfway, but Con Ed's about $20 and National Grid is about $20 for the water.
Really? $20? I spend like almost like $100 and something every single month in this apartment, bro. This computer is massive. So much voltage here, man.
I usually get home around 7 p.m. I try to cook something easy, like our traditional dish, yassa.
$10 for a share. That's pretty nice. By the way, guys, their furniture is very fancy, but very simple. You know, I get those like kind of like chill vibes from this. $400 for what? All of a sudden, I just get contradicted here. I think the purse costs $400, man. Yeah, purses are insane. Like crazy, crazy, crazy.
I'll spend anywhere between $50 to $100 like every other week. And then I only ask my sister.
I love how African women, well, not just African women, but a lot of women overall, I love women that basically know how to cook and also, for example, know how to shop. Because, for example, my fiance is great at cooking, but she's not that great at shopping. What does that mean? It means, for example, right? It means like when she shops, guys, things are so expensive. However, like, I don't know, like, it's just different. You know, like, look at this, guys. Just $11, $17 here, $4, $3. Like, you know, like buying things that are really good quality, but not overpaying for them. That's what I'm saying here. Like, great cook. I like the food, by the way. I just don't like the prices that much.
To chip in if we're hosting together or if I'm doing like a huge Target haul and we're like, you know, buying.
Ooh, look at that rice. That rice looks nice. And that candle, $12. Get the heck out of here, man. You got to stop it with that. $12 for a candle. People, go to TJ Maxx and get your candles for like $3. That's what I do. And by the way, I think it's still so expensive. A candle should not be more than $1, honestly.
And cleaning supplies, but other than that,
But then again, I'm really cheap with these things, you know, so don't trust me at all.
for dinner.
Ooh, that food actually looks pretty good, guys. Pretty good food.
I travel
I think that's gonna be a big help in this whole budget thing, that they actually know how to cook and they actually stay at home. That's a big thing.
a lot for work. So after I return from a trip, I'll tend to come home.
$230 just for a piece of luggage. I bought one exactly like this, guys, at Burlington, and it cost me around $55, including that one and a smaller one. And I swear, like, it's really, really good quality, really, really good brand. Forgot what it's called. It's like a Sensornite or a Sorcenite brand. It's like a really good brand, and I got it on discount because basically, why would I buy those things for brand for retail price? It's insane. So you don't want to do that at all. By the way, retail arbitrage, Burlington. That's a little tip right there. But no way, Jose. Not paying no $230 on this at all.
Home and have cereal or just leftovers from my sister. I spend nothing.
Oh my gosh, look at all that Nutella. All that sugar in that cabinet. I'm very big on sugar, man. Don't like sugar that much anymore, although I crave it a lot. And by the way, guys, you know something? I love this job. This job that she has is very curious because basically you're traveling back and forth. So that's pretty cool. So look into that, guys, okay? Political manager, is that what it is? Political manager? Look into that job.
On groceries because I travel so much and because I'm very lazy, so I don't cook ever.
You should cook, man. You should cook. You're gonna get real unhealthy when you get older.
Really open about our resources, so anything in the kitchen is fair game.
$20, $5 for some eggs. Now, that's a lot of money for eggs, man. I got like 60 eggs from BJ's for like $6 or like $7 max. Yeah, guys, you know, this is just a dozen. That's it. 60 is like, what is it, like 4 dozens? It's like 4 dozens, I think. No, maybe more. It's actually like 5 dozen eggs. Yeah, 5 dozen eggs. That's crazy.
Grew up in a house where
she has like ginger ale in there. I love judging people's fridges, by the way. I love judging people's fridges, okay? But they do have a lot of healthy food there also. Keep that in mind. Cooked food.
nothing that's out in public is off limits.
Usually when I'm cooking, it's literally a vibe. So I'll turn on my projector, it's kind of dim, and I kind of cook through that.
I like that. I like that. Look, she has a little projector, $100, $35. Am I mad about this? The answer is no. I'm not mad about this at all. She makes a lot of money, $115. She wants to buy a projector to have fun. The answer is I don't care about that. That's fine. The $400 bag though, I care about it. It's a lot of money.
After dinner, I try to catch up on shows like my.
Those pillows, man. I know I'm talking a lot, guys, but that's why you guys come here. But those pillows, right? What's the point of having those pillows on the couch and paying so much money for them? Like, you ever been to a house where there are so many pillows on the couch that no one can sit there? That's like me and my mom here, okay? Like, so many pillows, like, where do I sit here exactly? I don't know. Let me know.
Favorite Senegalese drama, Pod et Marichou.
Once I have food, I will join my sister with whatever show she's watching.
Another. What is $17 here? Like, the mirror thing is $17? Wow. At least it has like a $4 candle, but that's a very small $4 candle.
It's a great chance.
By the way, the elephants usually, I don't know about them, but like in our culture, usually means like, hey, like good luck, and it keeps the bad vibes away. A lot of things, like I don't really believe in that stuff at all, though, honestly.
To catch up if we haven't seen each other for a while.
My sister is better at managing money than I am. She tends to.
Interesting. There's always something here, right? This one, the one that makes less is better to manage money, and the other one is better with her health. It's interesting.
Whatever I had in my suitcase and put it straight in the laundry.
Having an in-unit washer and dryer, obviously.
I love in-unit washers and dryers, guys. You guys don't know about this stuff, or else you do know about this stuff, but in New York, this is so rare. So rare. We don't have one, by the way. We have to literally go all the way, carry my laundry all the way down there, and then finally go there to actually do laundry. I pay someone to do it. I used to do it, but spending 3 hours in the laundromat or just paying, for example, a lady $30, $10 an hour, which is better? I just pay $10 an hour and call it a day.
It's a game changer. It's kind of on your schedule, and I just feel clean.
My biggest splurge is definitely on travel. Over the course of this year, I have accrued 160,000 miles, and they're all from work.
Ooh. But then again, isn't like the work a travel expense? So in reality, you're actually saving money. This way, I don't really care, you know, because it's part of her job and so on. But to travel for the sake of traveling, when you can't afford it, I'm not really a big fan of that. And by the way, let's say, for example, her sister wants to keep this lifestyle, right? And let's say her sister gets married, and now she no longer can afford to stay there. What happens then, right? It's very complicated. You got to be very understanding with stuff like this. That's what I'm saying.
I've used about 130,000 of those miles to do personal travel. Whenever I do travel, I buy a shot glass, something that's very common throughout the world. And
shot glass collection, $50. Do I care? No, that's fine. However, I do like I'm not a big fan of credit cards. You guys know this, right? But I don't mind the idea of basically using a credit card to basically, you know, for business use and just paying it off in full every single time you actually use it. But that way you get like all these points, and if you want to basically travel for free, that's fine. But people that basically travel like once a year and they basically use a credit card all the time to overspend, that's not what I'm a big fan of.
I'll be able to purchase wherever I am.
I spend on average $500 a month on beauty products. Luckily, I'm able to expense it because of my job.
Guys, this is legit some water that costs $300. Like, Danny, zoom in on this water. I don't know what it is. It's called Sturm. $300, guys. 185, like, I don't know, is that for your eyes, your ears? I don't know what that is, guys, okay? I don't care how much money you make, bro. That is insane. I don't understand it. The most expensive thing I ever bought in my whole life with a beauty thing, it was like, what's it called? Moderna? Because I got like a scratch on my face. I erased it. Like, it was right here. You guys can't see it anymore because I erased it, but it was like $20. And that's the most I ever spent. And never again. $500 a month, guys? That's like maxing out a Roth IRA, bro.
I have a 401k. It's about $5,000. And
Again, remember, she makes $65,000, I think, every single year. Okay, guys? And she has a 401k with $5K. Okay? Remember this, okay, guys? And she has a $250 luggage. Let's hear the details.
I have 2 credit cards. One's mainly for racking up points, and the other one is just to build up my credit. And then I use ACORN, which is an app that rounds up all of my purchases.
I used to use Acorns. I no longer use it. Too much control those people have over your account. I don't like it. So if they want to, anytime they actually want to, they can just go ahead and change the whole portfolio into whatever they want. And then that means selling, that means taxes, that means something that I'm not a big fan of.
Just to the nearest dollar, and then invest that, and I have monthly payments to that as well. I do not have any student loans.
Awesome.
Because of federal grants and some scholarship money.
Awesome. I like that a lot.
I do have credit card debt, but I try to keep it under 15% of my credit card utilization limit.
Why do you have all this debt for, man? She has like $3K in credit card debt. Just pay that off. And by the way, you know, it's very strange, right? How do you make, okay guys, look at this, guys, okay? Let's just do some quick math here because the calculator is the truth. And the truth and the facts is what we want. Now, by the way, my phone is gray on purpose. If I want to, I can make it, for example, normal color, but I make it gray because basically I don't want to be distracted by this phone all day. But say she spends $5,000, right? Well, $5,000, what is it like? No, she has $5,000 in a 401k, right? Let's divide this by her salary of $65K. That means she's only been investing only around 7% of her income. Where's the rest going, right? That's what I'm saying here. So you want to be investing at least like 15 to 25%, right? That's the idea. Like make that a good habit. On top of that, consider, okay, what's going to happen here with my sister? How long are we going to stay here? Do I need to start thinking about a house or an apartment? What do I want to do for myself? You know, but then again, it's the whole culture of also like, hey, if I get married, where are we going to move to? It's like a whole different like vibe, guys, with this type of culture thing. So I understand the kind of like the instability from that sense of view or that point of view.
So I have a 401k. I believe last time I checked,
$7K, guys. And this one makes like double the money the other one makes. I don't understand this at all.
it was $7,000. I have 2 credit cards. Both of them accrue miles. And then I do have credit card debt, about $7,000.
Bro, the same amount she has basically in investments, she has it in credit card debt. I don't understand this, guys.
But I also use my personal credit card for my company expenses.
By the way, the whole credit score thing, I have a high credit score too, right? By the way, it's a big excuse, okay? You don't need a credit card to build your credit score whatsoever, because in reality, when you're gonna buy a house, you do manual underwriting. Keep that in mind, guys, okay? This whole marketing thing when it comes to like, oh, you need a credit card to buy a house, that's all like fake news that these credit card companies invent, okay? You don't need that at all. It's a lot of media stuff. It's a quick way to build credit, but it's also a very quick way to basically go into massive debt. Keep that in mind.
Corporate expenses can range from $1,000 all the way to $2,000 per month.
I don't care about that because basically they got a discount, so it's not a big deal. By the way, that transition was smooth.
In our community, we have something called a nut. Essentially, there's a group of people that basically contribute a sum of money per week.
Oh, I know what that's called. That's basically like a money group where basically people, like let's say for example, there's a group of us and there's like 10 of us and we can make a loan every single month for $1,000. And then towards the end, you actually get it. But by the end, everything's paid off. So basically, every single month we put in $100, that's $1,000 between 10 of us, right? One person gets that money, but they continue putting in $100. Every month someone gets it. Every month someone gets it. Every month someone gets it. And then towards the end, you basically invest $100, but you will get $1,000 all at once, okay? That's how that works. Is it good? The answer is yes. As long as you have responsible people, they're actually doing it with you.
By the end of the year, you essentially would get the money that you put into this lump sum.
Yeah, exactly. All right, they're explaining everything I basically told you. There's no interest generated. And by the way, the big risk is basically the person that holds it, it's not like a company, right? It's an individual. So if you get like the wrong person, they can basically just run away with your money. If that person dies, like what do you do then? It's a very, not the best way to save money. Like just automatically save money into an account and just like, don't do that. By the way, guys, someone in the comments was like, you guys looking for another sister? Look at this, guys. Look, I love reading comments, by the way. You guys looking for another sister? Let me raise one a brother too, man. I'm down. I'm down.
My sister and I both contribute up to $400 a month. This is a great opportunity to pay off loans, especially if you have bigger loans. So it's great.
What bigger loans? Like, what's going on here? They're like student loan debt free. All they need is basically like the credit card debt. Just pay that. I can't curse in this channel, guys. I'm sorry. I'm getting too excited here. Just pay it off and call it a day. Because pay that stuff off and focus on real, like income producing investments. Not this whole thing. That's cool stuff, right? Back in the days, but come on, like we have like real investments these days.
Great to have that lump sum kind of given to you at that moment.
I do try to set aside $200 every month as part of a tradition to give back to one's.
By the way, this is a real thing, guys, okay? It is okay to give back to your parents if you want to. But it is usually like a cultural thing. Like a lot of cultures do this, like you gotta give back to your parents some way. And by the way, it's because basically back in those days, when your parents basically worked very hard, send you to school and to college, literally they had nothing, okay? So it was kind of like, hey, we're making this big investment in you, so please return the favor. I get that, okay? That's the whole idea. So it's not like, hey, their parents are super rich and they don't need money. No, it's kind of like, hey, they also need help. So I understand that. But sometimes traditions, they keep flowing and flowing and flowing, even when it's not needed. You know, it's tricky. It's tricky.
Parents as much as I possibly can.
I don't generally set aside money per month to give back to my parents, but when I do get a bonus from work, I do set aside some money for them.
Set aside money for everything. For everything.
I've become better at investing in peace.
Gift, $100, $20. You know, art is tricky when it comes to investing. You know why? Because the return on investment is based on what somebody else paid for it, and based on somebody else is willing to actually pay for it. So it's not like, oh, it's appreciated. No, it's more like, hey, are you willing to pay more for this piece? Very tricky.
Before I would just buy things that are really, really cheap. Clothes I still don't. I will never pay a lot for.
What is that? $60, $15, $10. That was a lot of like fun knickknacks here.
I think she still finds her way in my closet as if we live.
I don't.
Yes, she does.
I've never been in your closet.
2.5K, clothes and shoes, 5K a year. They spend that much money a year on clothes and shoes? It's stupid. I don't like it. I'm sorry. You know, clothes are cool, man, but I don't, you know, something I never like got about like a lot of girls, the fact that, you know, us guys, usually you buy a few t-shirts, you have those, you wear them over and over again. You have jeans, you wear them over again. Sneakers, you wear them over again. But girls usually, they wear outfits, right? So when you wear an outfit, you can't wear it again for a while. So you constantly need more and more outfits, and that's why it costs so much money. Forget about all this outfit stuff, man. Just start wearing normal clothes.
Seen a lot of my investment pieces she'll take, so yeah. My relationship with money is kind of touch and go. I am comfortable in terms of my spending, but you just never know with adulthood, those random expenses that come. So my finance.
You have to have an emergency fund, man. This stuff is not random, you know what I mean? It's not common sense. So I don't blame anybody for this, okay? But you need to have an emergency fund and you need to start investing your money. It's very important.
Financial goals are to obviously pay off my credit card debt, but then also save at least 3 months worth salary.
Yeah, good idea. But on top of that, well, 3 months worth of expenses or 6 months. But bro, you make 115K a year. Guys, look at this, guys, okay? Again, calculator math here, okay? Because math will set us free. $115,000 a year, all right? Divided by 12. Like literally, in a month and a half, like she's done with this stuff, man.
My current savings goal is to have around $3,000 for emergency funds, which I currently do not have any. And
oh, this is the other sister talking. Something I can't tell, you know? But you do need to have this stuff, man. All this traveling, all these points, great. But make sure you're taken care of.
overall is to be able to save enough to go to grad school, which I plan on doing in 2020.
Interesting, interesting. Why not work, for example, for a person or a company, since you're into politics, that can actually help you pay for all that stuff, right? That'll be pretty cool. That was free.
I've learned from my sisters in terms of what quality means. And
Boss, I love music. Not really. I like music from like the 80s and the 90s, but I don't really like the modern music. It's too much stuff going on in that music, man. Too much stuff. And it all kind of sounds the same too.
why it's important to invest.
Oh, like slay, to kill, murder by way of hair, makeup, and dressing exceptionally overall. I see those things all the time in like TJ Maxx and stuff like
in
that.
quality products.
My relationship with money goes back to my anxiety, just making sure that everyone's good. You know, God forbid anything happens to my sister or even me, since I am
Yeah, if you want to do that, you need to have an emergency fund.
the older sister here.
I wonder how much money they spend on their hair, you know, because hair is very expensive, man. Very
My
expensive.
home and my apartment, it represents me, it represents my freedom to be able to find what that means to be responsible through my lens versus my parents' lens.
Interesting, interesting. All right, guys, so overall, what is my advice here? This is a very bad financial situation. You know, first of all, you have roommates of sisters that really don't know when they're gonna get married, right? So if they do get married potentially, because one wants to or the other one wants to, whatever it is, now you have this split. When you have this split, you have all these expenses that one cannot handle by themselves, right? On top of that, you're making all this money, but in reality, you're not using this money to create more money for you, right? That's not really that smart. You also have, for example, all this credit card like that now, all of a sudden, when you don't need to, because you make so much money, right? So my advice here would be, hey, maybe consider lowering the cost of living, maybe a 2K apartment instead of, for example, a $2,700 apartment. Consider also investing and maxing out your, for example, your Roth IRA, your 401k or taxable account, whatever you want to do. On top of that, the goal is if you want to go to grad school, try to find a company with that stuff, right? And also save for emergencies, very, very important. And, you know, spending $500 on makeup and purses and stuff like that, it's cool, but is it justifiable? Not really, not really. You know, and by the way, African people are very, very frugal. But just like my culture, like Dominicans also, guys, very frugal people, but they lack a lot of knowledge when it comes to investing and also saving. Like saving, my mom is really good at that, but investing has no knowledge whatsoever. Again, none of this stuff is common sense whatsoever, so it's not my culture, but it's just my mindset, okay? Now guys, see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. Do you agree with me? Comment down below, let me know. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys want to talk to me, well, join me on Patreon. Link down below. You can text me or call me right there. Or, for example, you send me a DM on Instagram at Bryson. And before I go, if you want to watch another video, guys, well, here's another video right here. And click my face right here. See you guys tomorrow. And as always, peace.